Hey, this is BlindFox. Welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today we are going to do our dinner video of the Kazakh ration, or one of our 24-hour Kazakh rations, this one. This is still menu number 1. So let's get started with dinner. And again, the meal was in this nice little bag. And there's something written on there if you want to read it. So let's see what we're gonna have for dinner. A different kasha than we had at breakfast. And again, this is in a flat tin, so you get a good, if you use a flame on this to heat it, you get a good exposure to the heat. We're going to do the same biscuits. These doesn't seem as much cracked as much as we had at lunch, but still. We've got 2 packets of sugar, which we are not going to use. We've got tea again, the same as we had at breakfast and lunch. And we've got the apple jam that we had at breakfast. Yum. So again, kasha. You can see very, very dense. Very, very dense thing. And this is not very nice cold. You have to really heat this up. So I'm going to heat this up and do the tea, and we will be back. Alright, let's see how this stuff looks. And our biscuits are crushed again, but not as much as they were at lunch, and we will taste it again. And again, very, very light. This one is very, very lightly salted. I can't remember that the other one was. One of the others was very lightly salted, but this one is a bit slightly lightly salted, but not too much. It's more flavor than anything else. We will do the kasha shortly. So let's do our apple jam. Here we go, some nice, it's red. Again, very nicely appley. So let's do it on the biscuit or the cracker. The jam, very nice with the crackers. I really like it. So let's do our kasha. Nice and hot. You can still see it's very, very dense still. Then it's not as crumbly as the one we had at breakfast. The grains here a bit softer than that we had at breakfast. It's still, again, this tastes slightly a bit like artificial meat, but the meat is real. But it's a nice, filling, warm dish. As I said, the grains a bit soft, but not as soft as some that I had. So the tea is a nice normal tea. So this is not going to be a very long video, since you basically only have 3 dishes here. It's not this is about 200. I think this is about 250 grams of food. And of course you've got all of the biscuits and the tea and the apple water. So it's a good amount of food, but not a large variety. So what did I think about it? I like the tea, it's a nice tea. The kasha is nice, it's a bit artificial, but not very much. I've tasted more artificial kashas, but it's not as meaty as some of the ones I've tasted. Or you taste the canned meat here. The apple jam is nice, the biscuits are nice. As I said, they're not as, they're a bit soft, so they do break a lot. So how did it compare to the, since we both had menus, one from different packers for the Kazakh rations, how did it compare with the dinner of the previous ration? The apple butter, more or less the same. This might be just a bit not as runny, more stiff than the previous apple jam. The crackers totally different. These crackers much softer, they break more, and they taste differently as well. they almost taste better than the previous crackers. The kasha, the grains here are a bit not as soft, but the kasha and the previous one tasted more like regular meat. This one a bit more canned meat taste. And the teas are more or less the same. Oh yeah, and something else besides the nice flatness of these tins, well, I can't remove the whole lid, so it's sort of bend over like this, and it's a good little handle to pick up your tin. I haven't brought the tin with me now, but you can actually pick up your tin with that lid if you can't remove it properly. The way it's bending over, it's a good handle. Since, well, I can't remove it. I've tried, and not with one of the large tins I could remove the lid completely. So it's interesting, you can use it for a little handle if you heat your food. Now the other ration, the tins were so small, really small. It is sort of a small long or a high tin. You don't get good heat exposure if you would use the flame. So that's the difference basically between them, but they're very similar rations. Some of the food did differ slightly, some of the dishes, although the kashas were more or less the same in the rations. We had a different breakfast dish for the between the two, the one that wasn't kasha. The lunch, the two, I'm not sure if it was sort of a cabbagey thing. The one, I'm not sure what you call that, if it's borscht or if it was cabbage, or it didn't look like beet. But the one from this ration, not as salty as the previous rations one. And well, the tushonka, I think it's what they call it, that beef in fat and sauce, basically the same. Again, so this was our Kazakh 24-hour military ration from this packer. So I really enjoyed it. It was an interesting ration. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com.